Coming right to your screen. Is that right there? Josh Pope pulls it out. Josh Pope pulls it out right there at the bottom of your screen. Pulled it right out.
Most of Delaware State thinks the play's over.
And we're off to the races with the King Green down the sideline with an entourage. Now I've seen it all. Now I've seen it all.
Jackie Watkins trying to get the block.
Now I've seen it all. 104?
At least.
Almost loose before he went into the end zone. Ball recovered by the defense. There's a touchdown.
The momentum from that play carried the Hornets in the fourth quarter and would later be enough to defeat Morgan State 25-17 and improve to 6-1 with another big test ahead with the Dog Pound in Orangeburg, South Carolina. With Delaware State being undefeated in conference play and the Bulldogs having one loss, the winner would control the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. He dogs it out. He dogs it out. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time.
The Hornets came out controlling the clock as they drove the ball 89 yards on 16 plays. And capping it off with a 13-yard touchdown pass to McBride to give the Hornets the 7-0 lead. But SC State showed why their running attack is the best in the MEAC. They controlled the pace of the game as the quarterback-running back duo led the rushing attack as they compiled 338 yards rushing on the day.
I tell you what, I felt helpless. When teams are throwing the football on you, there's some things you can do that you come up with a blitz or something, try to offset the passing game. The way South Carolina State was running the football, I almost felt helpless on the sideline as to what information we need to give them to try to stop them run, because they had a great offensive line with a great quarterback and a great running back. All could run the football.
But the Hornets would continue to fight for 4 quarters as they held the Bulldogs to 2 field goals. The Hornets would put together a drive early in the fourth quarter to pull within 2 points of the Bulldogs with 14 minutes remaining in the game. But the Bulldogs continued to control the clock and the lead late into the fourth quarter. Knowing that time was running out, as were their dreams of a MEAC title, a miracle had to happen.
I'm thinking somebody got to make a play. That whole drive, because they was like just marching the ball down the field at will. I think somebody got to make a play, because all year somebody's made a play when we needed it.
Already having the first down, quarterback Cleveland McCoy wanted more. But so did senior safety Ryan Robinson.
Somebody had already hit his leg or something. He was trying to fight out the tackle. I just came up high, tried to wrap him up, because a couple plays before I hit him low and he just kept on going. Hit him high, so I wrapped him up. He didn't have to get balls until the man over there. So hit him high, just grab for the ball and just try to pull it out. And good things happen. And prepare well.
After a few plays, the Hornets found themselves with a chance to win. Peter went ahead and kicked the game-winning field goal as time expired, and the dream season continued. Next up for the Hornets was a trip to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a test of courage versus a soon-to-be MEAC foe, the Rams of Winston-Salem State University. With the championship game awaiting next week versus Norfolk State, the contest between the Rams proved to be another battle within the war.
Hey, that's for you, not again. You gotta know right off the bat what we're all about. Let's go. Get your minds right. Okay. Let's go. Deep left. Deep left. Let's go to work. Headbusters on 3. 1, 2, 3. Headbusters.
The Rams came out with upset on their minds as they took their first drive down the field, led by quarterback Monte Purvis. The Hornets answered by going to their number 1 throwing to McBride 6 times on their next 2 drives as they chipped away for 2 field goals.
Well, part of the game plan was to get him about 10, 11 catches in that game, but you like to do that all the time. Sometimes you can't because people are going to double cover him.
But the first turning point in the game came early in the second quarter when a forced fumble was recovered by the Hornets on the Rams' 20-yard line. 2 plays later, Winton found McBride in the end zone to give the Hornets the 12-6 lead going into the half. As the second half began, so did the test of courage for the Hornets. The Rams went to their run-and-gun attack from the first half and soon found themselves with a lead early in the third quarter. The Rams would continue to add pressure to the offensive line as linebacker William Hayes recovered a fumble by Winton and took it for a commanding 20-12 lead going into the fourth quarter. Knowing that they needed to heat up, the Hornets got that spark they needed. Running back Chris Struthers picked up the slack behind the offensive line as the Hornets put together a 13-play, 86-yard drive.
I'm just a beneficiary, you know what I'm saying? Offensive line, they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? The fourth quarter, opening the hole, so you probably could have ran those holes.
Being down 2, the Hornets had to go for 2. So the Hornets leader called his own number as he used the quarterback keeper to keep the Hornets eye to eye with the Rams late in the game. On the Rams' next possession, linebacker Russell Reeves came off the bench from injury and showed why they called him the Hitman. The Hornets used their triple threat as Winton and Struthers used their feet, and McBride used his hands to put the team in field goal range with 3 seconds remaining in regulation.
You know they're bringing it right up the gut. Right the outside. Step down. Great step, great hold, great kick. Get on the fucking bus. Take the win.
1, 2, 3, run!
For the second week in a row, Peter Gardner found himself with a chance to win the game.
And it's good.
Having been tested in every game, DSU needed to find one more way to find one more win.
I just really wanted to take everything in my power and do whatever I could on that field to help Del State get the win and get that championship ring.
With a blend of will, talent, and a little luck, the Delaware State Hornets had found themselves with the opportunity to put their mark on history.
We play for JJ. We play for you. You play for your teammates. And you play for this university. That's called family. We got each other's back. That's called family. That's called Delaware State University. That's what we're all about. Work day, JJ!
The Hornets were about to play the green and gold, Norfolk State University, for the right of the MEAC title, the right to play in the subdivision playoffs, and their right to make history.
Going through the game, I think we did a great job of being prepared. All week we studied their film, we knew the strengths and weaknesses of their offense, of certain players. Special teams, we feel like we could dominate them. It all came down to going out and executing.
With both teams ready for battle, the intensity was like no other.
Here we go. Hey, go be great. Right now, go be great. Be great. Hey, slingshot on 3. 1, 2, 3, slingshot.
As the game began, the Hornets started off as the day did, cold. While the Hornets came out cold, the Spartans came out hot. Using their run-pass attack, the Spartans jumped out to a demanding 14-0 lead. As the first half continued, so did the Hornets' misfortune. Although they